we do see some stories about how miserable the lunch selections are for kids, and kids revolting against the school programs. But how is it that we haven't been able to do to them what they have done to us? It can't just be the media. You can't just tell me, oh, it's the media that has caused them to be successful and for us to fail. We have YouTube. We have so many. The democratization of media has gotten to the point where we should be able to make these cases in a nonpartisan way and make these people look like the controlling, awful fascists that they actually are. Why? I mean, from a marketing standpoint, why is it that we can't get that marketing job done?
Well, a lot of it transcends politics and ideology. I know that Ace over at Ace Asade's blog, which is one of my, I was going to say daily reads, but I usually check in several times a day, but he's talked about it a lot, about how it's even more based than ideology or political labels. It's almost a tribal thing. And I think a lot of it is you are not of my tribe. When they see Rick Santorum talking in, let's just call it Christianese, I'm a Christian and I'll go to church, and I'm sure that influences the word choices I have. If somebody, says, oh, you did a great, congratulations on your promotion, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm really blessed. Just these tiny little indicators that I don't even think about identify. A Christian would see me and go, oh, okay, he's one of us. And a more secular, urban young professional would go, blessed. Ugh. It's just these tiny little indicators, and I think part of it is that person's not on my team, so I'm going to mock everything that they say. Because Rick Santorum, I don't think he's a good messenger at all. He always looks like, his face always looks to me like he's smelling something bad. He always just has this kind of look on his face like, I disapprove. But a lot of what he says in his policy prescriptions aren't terrible. They aren't objectionable. He's not saying, and that's why I'm going to convert the entire nation to Catholicism. He doesn't do all the things he's mocked as doing. Michelle Bachmann doesn't either. But she's other. She's of that other tribe. And part of it with like Michael Bloomberg trying to ban smoking and huge big gulps, a lot of that is just pure class issues. It's people who go to Whole Foods and consider themselves sophisticated, will look at that and say, oh, that's kind of day class A to be guzzling down a big gulp or smoking. Who smokes anymore? That's just gross. And so a lot of the reason they don't get pushback is it's like a class thing. I don't smoke, so yeah, and it bugs me when I go to a bar and people smoke, so yeah, ban it.
I like to bond with the people at Whole Foods. I go there carrying around a basket of deodorant that I hand out.
Okay, I go to Whole Foods. I drink kombucha. I'm one of those people.
You sick.
Yes, I know. I'm a terrible person.
Can I offer a quick answer to what you were saying? Okay, because it's when I offer it. It's the reason. Why do we get branded whereas they don't? Look, the left is far more controlling than the right. It's not even close. And we lose people. We lose them as when they are kids. That's when we lose them, and then they keep them. And here's why, in my opinion. It is because our 5% is the kids' 100%. And what I mean is this. Republicans or conservatives want to control people's lives in about Packers rule. I'm a Wisconsin boy. I love Packers. Republicans and conservatives want to control people's lives, want to limit their choices in, at the very most, 5%. Yeah, we're playing you this week. At the very most, 5% of their life. Okay? A few social issues, that's it. Democrats, liberals want to control people's lives in at least 95, probably more like 99% of their lives. When you talk about every single possible way that they try to control people's lives, okay? Even telling a place that they can't build in this state because it's not a union state. I mean, 44-ounce sodas, it goes on and on. Here's the difference, guys. In that 95% of areas where we give freedom, young people don't own any of that. They don't own businesses. They don't create jobs. They don't compete on the world stage. They don't deal with the fact that a higher minimum wage crushes our ability to compete internationally. They don't deal with water rights, grazing rights, all these kinds of, they don't deal with any of that. They only own one thing, their bodies. That's all they own. And that is all they see us as controlling. And by the way, I'm a social conservative. Okay, you guys know that. But I believe, like I always say, look, Jesus and the apostles never tried to make non-Christians live like Christians. They offered and modeled their beliefs. They never tried to force them or enforce them upon others. Unless it was something like, I'm sure they would with something like abortion, where one choice is taking away another choice. But you see, we lose the young because our 5% is their 100%. And once they're lost, they come to trust the Democrats on everything else.